Aaron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Aaron is back, everyone. Welcome back for more SPTV, where every day is a great day not to be in a cult, and not a great day for Scientology agent Anthony D'Amato Jr., also known on the interwebs as Zero Dark Tony. Guys, the good news is Zero Dark Tony was just arrested. It seems like he was baited to show up to court by the judge in a different case, and at recess, the 7 officers were waiting for Tony to come out of the courtroom and take him into custody. So the good news is Tony's been arrested. Bad news is we're going to have to put Aaron the bounty hunter on the back burner, guys. I was all psyched. I was all psyched to head out to LA, hit the streets, bounty hunting. Zero Dark Tony. We're going to hog tie him and drag him into the station. But it seems like the police have already done it, but that's okay, because there's more people out there I can bounty hunt. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so all right, so I got a text from Streets LA. He said, I just got off the, I'm going to censor the text a little bit. I just got off the phone with someone who was at the courthouse. Zero Dark Tony was just arrested during recess. The detective came to arrest him with 7 other cops. All of the cops came from the Wilshire division on the other side of the city. They didn't even use local LAPD. They brought their own divisions. Seems like the judge had reeled him in like a fish. So guys, I mean, I'm sure many of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but Anthony D'Amato Jr. is a guy who I did a video about last month or so, talking about some information I had gotten from an insider that Tony was being paid by Scientology through its front group CCHR to basically just mercilessly attack every former Scientologist on YouTube. And I did a video about that. So he's just a guy. He's just a guy who's basically, he's on YouTube. He's on the other streaming platforms, and he just does nothing but content just trying to destroy every former Scientologist on YouTube. And he's been doing it for like a year and a half now. And as someone who understands YouTube analytics and how many dollars per 1,000 views is average on YouTube, and how many thousands of views Tony's videos normally get, which is close to 0, it's not possible for someone to dedicate their life to such an unpopular activity while making absolutely no money doing it. So it was good to get some confirmation that he was getting paid by Scientology. He, of course, disputes that, but he would dispute it, wouldn't he? There was another video I did recently where I detailed the 26 counts that Tony was facing. All counts against a minor. The minor is a young man by the name of Solomon, who's been part of the Scientology protest movement out there in LA. And for some reason, Tony just really had his sights set on Solomon in a way that was really, to put it mildly, it was harassment. It was stalking. It was also extremely vulgar. And Solomon succeeded in getting a restraining order against Zero Dark Tony. And Zero Dark Tony, or Tony D'Amato Jr., proceeded to violate the restraining order just dozens and dozens and dozens of times. And so the charges that he was facing was relating to that. Now, believe it or not, Zero Dark Tony then went recently, like in the last couple weeks, to try to get a restraining order against Solomon and Solomon's mother. And so there was a court hearing yesterday where Tony did not appear. He claimed that he's disabled. He has a disability. He's afraid for his life and all these things. So I think he was appearing remotely. I'm a little shaky on the details, but he wasn't in court. Obviously, his lawyer was in court. And the judge basically said, yeah, I'm not buying what you're saying. You need to be here in court tomorrow. He goes, I've seen your videos. You don't seem to be afraid of any of these people. You don't seem to have any disability that would prevent you from showing up to court. And you absolutely need to be here tomorrow. And so Tony showed up today. And I think Streets LA, William Good, is right on the money when he says it looks like it was a setup, right? Like, are the police all really paying such close attention to this restraining order hearing? Like, no, I feel like it was a coordinated thing. The police, I mean, I'm completely speculating, obviously. The police wanted to get this guy. Maybe they asked the judge, please make sure he shows up to court. I mean, I don't know. Is it even possible for you guys who understand the legal system better, but better than I do, which is not at all. It's totally possible that this was a coordinated effort to get him to show up so that the police could arrest him, right? Because that's a really great story, and that's the story that I'd like to believe was completely true. So now what I'm wondering, because I haven't seen any of the other people who are at the courthouse go live yet. I'm wondering if they're just going to arrest him and book him and let him go. Like he was arrested during court recess. Was the hearing supposed to continue on? So he was there for a hearing on a restraining order it's weird. He's trying to get a restraining order against the minor who he's already being charged with crimes against. Like, the whole thing seems like a sham from the get-go, right? So real quick, let me show you a video I did just a couple minutes actually explaining the charges that Tony's facing. Let's take a look at this. We're going to get some Aaron inception going on here. Now tonight, William from the Scientology Audit YouTube channel, he posted this on his community tab. Warrant for Zero Dark Tony's arrest. He's facing a couple decades in jail for 26 charges, counts including stalking, willful cruelty to a child, and violating the restraining order. Now, the images that he posted just with the YouTube interface are not terribly easy to see. So he texted me these same things, and I'm just going to show you what we've got here. Anthony Robert Diamato, it's also junior, but guys, 26 counts have been logged against him. Let me see if I can actually try to do this in a better format. Does this work? Let's give this a shot. Keep my face off of the overlay for a moment. The charges start from the bottom up. I'm doing this in reverse sequence. So if I share this tab, okay. So this is all of December 17th. Today's December 20th. This is all being logged as of December 17th. This is charge 1 through 12. You can see here. These all relate to stalking and harassment of a minor. Okay. This is Solomon, one of the Scientology protesters out in LA, Solomon. For some reason, Tony decided to set his sights on Solomon, and day after day after day after day, not only did some of the most disgusting, I won't even try to put into words other than horrifically disgusting videos day after day after day about this this minor boy, but did the same thing to his parents, would show up where he was in the real world. Restraining orders were issued. He violated them time after time after time again. So these are all charges for a crime against a child. Stalking and harassment. Look, we've got stalking, disobeying a domestic relations court order, willful cruelty to a child. And it just goes on and on and on, a repeat of the same offenses on different dates over many, many months. Let's see if we've got any different. Willfully cruel to a child, basically disobeying a court order. Okay. Let's see, anything, again, disobeying a court order. December 19th, yesterday, warrant bail set. He has, I know this, he has not yet been arrested. Hey, Tony, I know you're watching, broski. You better make a run for it, homie. I hope you do. Because then they can slap some extra charges on you. The detective already knows where you live, obviously. So whether you're sleeping in your bed at home tonight, or whether you're sleeping next to the dumpster behind the 7-Eleven to try to avoid the police, you can't get away, son. You can't get away. I'm hoping for a slow speed police chase on the 101 in a white Ford Bronco with Tony Diamato in the front seat and police helicopters following him. I want it to be exciting. I want it to be the SPTV event of the year. I can only hope. But no, I'm sure it's going to be pathetic and unwatchable like everything else Zero Dark Tony does. I forgot that I was so funny in that video. I still consider this to be the SPTV event of the year. The fact that he was actually taken into custody, arrested right there in the courthouse. Mike, I hope someone, please God, I hope someone has footage of this thing. I do not know why no one who's in court has gone live yet. I don't know. It's making me wonder what is going on, but this is definitely the event of the year. Let me see. Was there something else that I wanted to share in that video? I don't think so. Yeah. So, I'll put the hat back on in honor of Zero Dark Tony having been hunted. We'll put on we'll keep on the bounty hunter hat. America. Yeah, baby. All right, let's see. We got some starred comments here. And if anyone is at the courthouse and wants to jump on and saw what was going on, shoot me a text message and I'll try to bring you up. Let's see. Yeah. Also, I have to be honest, I'm terribly confused how someone can try to get a restraining order against a child that they have already been restrained from and have warrants out for their arrest for violating the restraining order. It doesn't seem legally possible. And yet, the judge did not just immediately throw the whole thing out. Maybe that's because it was all part of the setup? I don't know, guys. It's a mystery. All right, Constance says, why would he try to get a restraining order if he knew an arrest warrant was out for him? I know. It doesn't make any gosh darn diggity sense. Pardon my French. Lori plays. Yeah, honestly, the judge couldn't care less if he appears in person or remotely. It was coordinated. And Lori is a former sheriff's deputy, so she would know. Alicia, degraded daughter. Woohoo! And yes, clappy hands. Wrath of Xenu, karma has come for Zero Dark Tony. Force of delightful nature. Hope many people are feeling validated and easier today. Eric Rader, good to see you, Eric. Thanks for joining in the chat. Matt Elliott, MAA, SPTV Canada. Hey there, Brother A, or should I say Brother A? Exactly. Me and Natalie did a really funny a little skit on her channel this morning, and I was calling into her cult hotline as I suspected I was in a cult, but really I was just part of the Olive Garden discount menu club, unlimited breadsticks and all. Jojo, it's a great day not to be in a courtroom. Too early for such humor? I think not. Lori plays, oh my God, I'm walking through Disney and all of a sudden I hear Aaron's intro. Jojo, Aaron, you're many things, but I don't see you as a bounty hunter. More like a pizza hunter. Oh, yeah. I'm half bounty hunter, half WWE wrestler, half competitive eater, and that all adds up to 1.5 things. So there you go. Marilyn Honig, yay. Finally. Good to see you, Marilyn. Jeff Augustine, maybe Ken Moxon will pay his bail. Now that will be interesting. On something like this, I wonder if we should expect him to be released on his own to be released without bail. Do you know what I mean? Is that just called being released on your own cognizance? They just let you go. Because if he does have to pay bail, it would be really interesting to see who is it that shows up to do that for him. Okay. Mike 7090, does Streets know? Oh, Streets knows. Streets is the one who told me. Sarasota Jerry, Zero Dark Phony. Yes, maybe we should get a Zero Dark Tony cardboard cutout to join us in our protests in downtown Clearwater. That might be a fun way to troll him. Dawn says, so he was arrested. Awesome. Yeah, he was actually arrested. I am just really, really hoping that by the end of the day, somebody who has some footage of him actually being put in cuffs or being walked out of the building, or if there's a God, actually just, being put right into the back of that car. I hope by the end of the day, someone has footage of that and has posted it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just short and sweet. Just wanted you guys to know if there's any update on this by the end of the day, I will definitely do it. But I'm also going to be in downtown Clearwater later today. So we'll see, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe